Hello and welcome to Rochford District Matters, the magazine produced by the Council for its residents. This is the Autumn 2013 edition. In this edition are articles on who helps with flooding, a warning about payday lenders, dial 111 for medical assistance, our new Chief Executive, the annual report for 2012-13, how smoke alarms save lives, and much more. But we'll begin with some good news for one of our residents.
Golden ticket found. Rochford District resident Barbara Spratt is the lucky winner of our recycling competition, Message in a Bottle. Barbara from Holbridge won the competition by putting the special golden ticket from the last edition of Rochford District Matters into her normal glass bottle recycling. She was awarded her £50 prize by the Council's recycling mascot, Max the Dragon. To show just how good you are at recycling, according to provisional figures, the district is on target to be the best in England. According to letsrecycle.com, Rochford District Council tops the league table in recycling, composting and reuse for England in 2012-13. We will find out if the prediction is right when the official figures are released by the Department for Environmental, Food and Rural Affairs, known as DEFRA, in November. And there is a photograph of Barbara Spratt, Max the Dragon and Barry Saunders, the street scene manager.
The Citizens Advice Bureau are warning residents about the perils of payday lenders. Payday lenders are damning people to debt by failing to carry out checks to make sure borrowers can afford to repay the loan, says Rochford and Rayleigh Citizens Advice Bureau. New figures from the National Citizens Advice Payday Loan Tracker found 65% of people did not get asked about their financial situation, leading to 7 in 10 not being able to pay back the loan. This goes against pledges the payday loan industry made in its Customers Charter launched on the 26th of November 2012. The figures also found that customers who weren't asked affordability questions and had repayment problems were further let down by lenders, as 6 in 7 did not offer to freeze interest and charges when the borrower agreed repayments, 71% did not explain how much it will cost to extend the loan, 84% did not treat people sympathetically. During the same time period, over 11,000 people sought online help from Citizens Advice about payday loans. In the last 4 years, Citizens Advice Bureau have seen a tenfold increase in payday loans. For advice on maximising your income, see our helpful guide on how to spend less on www.adviceguide.org.uk. Sue Murray, District Manager of Rochford and Rayleigh Citizens Advice Bureau, said, "Day in, day out, we see people battling with payday loan debts. Many have been able to take out a loan despite it being quite clear from their finances that they'll struggle to pay it back. It's very disappointing that payday lenders are not asking borrowers about their financial situation to see if they are able to repay the loan, especially given that they vowed to do so. Payday lenders need to take their pledge to treat people fairly seriously by and making sure they check the loan is affordable and help those who struggle to pay back the loan. If you are having problems repaying a payday loan, please contact Rochford and Rayleigh CAB for advice on 0844 477 0808.
Volunteering is a great way to meet new people and gain new skills, as well as give something back to the local community. The involvement of volunteers is often vital to the smooth running and operation of a community group or charity. RAV's accredited volunteer centre provides support to those looking to volunteer and for the organisations, projects and community activities looking for volunteers. It's entirely up to you how much time you can offer, although some organisations require a minimum time commitment. But please remember, any time you can give as a volunteer is valued. What can you do? Well, there are a range of opportunities to choose from, such as befriending, social clubs, driving, fundraising, office and admin work, sport and a whole lot more. Why not give us a call to find out more, or email us? You can also visit the National Volunteering Database, www.nvda.org.uk, Do It, and that's do-it.org. RAV's Volunteer Centre uploads all of its latest volunteering opportunities to this site. When on the home page of the Do It website, just search for your nearest volunteer centre by putting in your postcode, and from there you'll be able to view all of our available opportunities. We look forward to hearing from you. And that's RAV's, Rayleigh, Rochford and District Association for Voluntary Service. Their address is 105A High Street, Rayleigh, Essex, SS6 7QA. Their website is www.ravs.org.uk. You can email them volunteering@ravs.co.uk, and you can telephone them on 01268 772796. RAVS is once again running laptop courses which aim to help the over 25s learn computing skills. Laptop can help you with a beginner's computer course, a home visits and a link to Rochford Computer Club, all in a relaxed atmosphere. Among the skills the course teaches are how to visit websites that you've seen on television, how to send email with photos attached, how to transfer photos from cameras to computers, and learn about internet shopping. The contact number is 01268 772796.
Who helps with flooding? The Met Office will give warnings. These are circulated through the media via weather forecasts. If the rain is likely to lead to flooding related to rivers, the Environment Agency will issue warnings. Their responsibility extends to other critical ordinary water courses, which includes many of the main streams and some main ditches. Most ditches are the responsibility of the landowner. Essex County Council is the lead local flood authority and has a role in overseeing the management of local flood risk, including 1. Groundwater flooding, caused when heavy or prolonged rainfall makes the groundwater table rise above its normal level. 2. Surface water, that's rainfall, runoff, flows from or over surfaces such as roads, roofs and patios that cannot easily absorb water. 3. Ordinary watercourses, streams and ditches, channels which cannot contain large volumes of surface water runoff during or after heavy rain. Anglian Water have responsibility for the removal of wastewater via the sewerage system. Sandbags have a limited effect in protecting properties during flash flooding, as they need to be stored on the premises in advance of the event. They can be obtained from commercial outlets and sand purchased from builders' merchants. The emergency services will respond in the best way they can to protect life during an incident. Flooding on the roads is the responsibility of Essex Highways. Where people have to leave their properties, the responsibility for rehousing social housing tenants lies with the relevant housing association. Those in private homes will need to make their own arrangements, but would look to their insurance companies to assist. There may be cases where people become homeless, in which case they would be helped by Rochford District Council. Where large numbers of people have been evacuated, the Council will use its emergency arrangements to provide temporary accommodation and care. Rochford District Council will work with its residents during the recovery phase to provide appropriate services, for example, the removal of flood-contaminated carpets and furniture, and advice on possible council tax relief.
Flood action planning. Floods can happen anywhere at any time, caused by rising groundwater, overwhelmed drainage systems, hillside runoff due to sudden heavy rain, as well as flooding from rivers and the sea. Even if you live miles from the coast or a river, flooding can affect you. Prepare for flooding by following a few small steps to reduce the impact of flooding on your home. Find out if you live in an area at risk from sea or river flooding, and sign up to Floodline Direct, a free service that provides warnings direct to you by phone, mobile, SMS, email or fax. Visit www.environment-agency.gov.uk or call 0845 988 1188 for further information. Make a flood plan. Know how to turn off gas, water and electricity supplies. Have a flood kit, torch, wind-up radio, important telephone numbers and bottled water. Think about what can be moved to a safe place now. Photo albums, family videos, treasured items. Think about what you would want to move to safety if flooding is forecast, for example, cars, pets and furniture. Protect your property from the flooding. While it is impossible to completely flood-proof a property, there are lots of things you can do to reduce flood damage by preventing or delaying water entering your property. A range of guides can be found at www.environment-agency.gov.uk or by calling 0845 988 1188 to help you prepare.
Further information and contacts. For information on severe weather warnings, www.metoffice.gov.uk 0870 900 0100. For general advice on flood risk, register for flood alerts and warnings, www.environment-agency.gov.uk 0845 988 1188. The National Flood Forum for downloadable leaflets on flood protection products and services, www.floodforum.org.uk 01299 403 055. Essex Highways, www.essexhighways.org 0845 606 7631. That's for urgent and 24-hour contact. And the Association of British Insurers, www.abi.org.uk 020 7600 3333.
Theatre fun for the whole family. A new monthly programme of professional family theatre has launched at the Mill Arts and Events Centre in Rayleigh. Rochford District Council Arts Development has teamed up with Virgin Active to bring some great touring shows to Rayleigh. This new offer for families follows pilot theatre events that took place earlier this year and a consultation carried out with local residents. The pilot events sold out quickly, and the big messages that came through the consultation was that parents and carers wanted fun and educational entertainment that was local and affordable. The full lineup of shows through to March 2014 can be found at www.rochford.gov.uk/arts and includes Arthur's Dreamboat, Beauty and the Beast, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Sally and the Sunflower and the Three Billy Pigs. Tickets for all shows are on sale now and cost just £3.50 each by calling Rochford District Council's Customer Services Team 01702 318 191 during office hours only.
Rochford and Castle Point Sports Awards 2013, sponsored by Virgin Active. The 6th annual Sports Awards ceremony will take place on Wednesday, the 23rd of October at the Mill Arts and Events Centre in Rayleigh. London 2012 bronze medalist Chloe Rogers will be our guest speaker, and awards will be made in the following categories. Sports Personality of the Year, sponsored by Wells Legal Solicitors. Disability Sports Personality of the Year, sponsored by Walters and Stanton plc. Young Sports Personality of the Year, sponsored by Southend United Community and Educational Trust. Sports Club of the Year, sponsored by the Essex Leopards Basketball Club. Services to Sport, sponsored by the Cooperative Funeral Care. Rochford and Castle Point 2012 Respect Award, sponsored by Affinity 1777. Thank you to all our sponsors and to BBC Essex for their support. For further information, please go to www.rochford.gov.uk/sports awards or phone the Rochford District Council Leisure Team on 01702 318 121.
Revenues and Benefits have been working hard to update our section of Rochford District Council's website, making it easier for customers to find out about our services. The new pages are informative, user-friendly and help customers to help themselves. By visiting our website, you can use our online services to view your council tax, business rates or housing benefit accounts. You can report a move, make payments, sign up for direct debits and paperless billing, and download application forms and advice leaflets. On the council tax page, you can find out how to use our online services, how your bill is calculated, how to pay, what happens if you don't pay, what to do if you're moving, about discounts and exemptions, about local council tax support, how to appeal, and how to contact us. On the benefits page, you can find out how to use our online services, how to make a claim, about welfare reform changes, about discretionary housing payments, about overpaid housing benefit, how to report suspected fraud, how to appeal and how to contact us. And on the business rates page, you can find out how to use our online services, how to pay, what happens if you don't pay, about moving, how to reduce your bill, and how to appeal and how to contact us.
Council tax discount for carers. The qualifying criteria for a council tax carers discount changed from April 2013. If you are providing care to someone who is not your spouse, civil partner or child under the age of 18, you may be entitled to claim a discount to help reduce your council tax bill. To qualify, you must be providing care to a person who is entitled to attendance allowance, the highest or middle rate of the care component of a disability living allowance, an increased rate of disablement pension, or an increasing constant attendance allowance. And you must also live in the same property as the person who you are caring for and provide care for at least 35 hours a week on average. For more information or to request an application form, call 01702 318197 or 01702 318198.
Offering a helping hand. If you are getting council tax support and are struggling to pay your council tax, we have a dedicated officer, Laura Paul, who can offer help and advice. You can call her on 01702 318 089. Visit her at the council offices, South Street, Rochford, between 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, or request a home visit if you find it difficult to get out. If you are worried about your financial health, visit www.moneyadviceservice, that's all one word, .org.uk, or call them on 0300 500 5000 between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. The Money Advice Service offers free independent financial advice and can help with managing your money better, reviewing or reducing borrowing, money saving tips, universal credit and other benefits, work and money, bank accounts and credit and debit cards.
Medical assistance fast. When your child is running a slight temperature, your elderly parent complains of pain, or you have developed a nagging earache, it's quite often when your doctor's surgery is closed. It may not be a 999 emergency, but you do need to get help or advice fast. What should you do? If you live anywhere in South Essex, the answer is dial one easy number. You simply need to call 111. The NHS 111 number allows people to access health care for any health problem that is not life-threatening. You can ring the 111 number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The NHS in South Essex wants to reassure residents that the 111 number is working very well in our area. NHS staff are dealing quickly and efficiently with a high volume of calls. When patients dial 111, they're put through to highly trained call handlers, supported by experienced nurses or paramedics. They will be clinically assessed and either given information or referred directly to the most appropriate service which can deal with their injury or illness. This may range from dentist, pharmacy or community service to out-of-hours GP, or in some cases, an ambulance. NHS Castle Point and Rochford Clinical Commissioning Group commissions the NHS 111 service for the people of South Essex. Dr. Roger Gardner, GP member of the group and lead clinician for NHS 111 in South Essex, said, "We would like to reassure local people that the service in South Essex is working very well and has not encountered the problems described in the national media. We are confident that the local service is robust and able to cope in a timely manner with the demands placed upon it. Let me assure patients that 111 is the number to call for urgent or out-of-hours medical help."
It's never been easier. That is spelt B-I-N. Reporting a problem with your bins has never been easier. Whatever the day or time, you can now log on to the council website and let us know of any issues you are experiencing with your waste bins. Is your bin damaged or missing? Then log on to www.rochford.gov.uk/online_services/report it and complete the online form. The forms are user-friendly, easy to understand and guide you through the questions step by step. Within a couple of clicks, your issue will be reported and a member of our team will contact you as soon as they can. For more information about this or any of our other online forms, please contact our customer services on 01702 318111. And Rochford District Council's Love Where You Live says, "Don't mess with us." To report a street scene problem, go to our website www.rochford.gov.uk/street scene, email customerservices@rochford.gov.uk or phone 01702 318111.
Independence Day 2013. The district's local independent businesses and the Shop at My Local team joined forces to celebrate Independence Day. On the 4th of July, a national campaign organised by the National Skills Academy for Retail was launched, which enabled Shop at My Local to champion the local retailers who make Rochford District so special and unique. Retailers were encouraged to say thank you to the local shoppers for supporting them, involving giveaways, discounts and cupcakes. In addition to this, retailers from across the district joined together to demonstrate their community spirit. Shoppers were encouraged to buy at least one item from their local independent retailer. Shop at My Local ran a competition for its trader members to advertise their voucher in the Echo newspaper. The half-page advert gave a little taste of what the public can receive when they pledge to shop locally at www.shopatmylocal.com. Members of the Shop at My Local steering group, local parish and town council members and local business owners were out in force, promoting the local scheme and encouraging shoppers to pledge their support for local retailers. Over 100 people pledged their support on the 4th of July and now have access to vouchers, latest offers and news items.
Following the success of Independence Day, we're thinking about what else Shop at My Local and local retailers can do to encourage the public to shop locally and to promote our shopping areas across the district. Ideas for empty shops. The summer edition of Rochford District Matters provided an article regarding empty shops and asked residents what can be done to help. We've already received some ideas for improving the situation. Pop-up shops, where empty shops are used for a short period. Art exhibitions, photography displays, council surgery sessions, temporary recruitment or careers fairs, showcasing students' work and community events. If you have any other thoughts or suggestions, please contact us at business@rochford.gov.uk. Small Business Saturday is a grassroots campaign that encourages people to shop local and support small businesses in their communities, both on the day and beyond. Small Business Saturday in the UK will take place on Saturday the 7th of December, one of our busiest shopping days of the year. American Express will be supporting the campaign on this side of the pond as well, and they aren't the only ones. The movement is already growing, with backing from the Federation of Small Businesses, Forum for Private Business, the Association of Convenience Stores, the British Chamber of Commerce and the Association of Town and City Management, representing hundreds of thousands of local businesses. We'll be supporting this and holding events on the day in your local high streets and shopping areas. Why not pop along to join in the fun and support your local businesses? What else could we do to promote the unique shopping areas that we have in the Rochford district? If you have any suggestions, please email us at business@rochford.gov.uk.
Our new Chief Executive. Rochford District Council has named its successor to the existing Chief Executive, Paul Warren, who will retire at the end of the year. Following a rigorous selection process, Amar Dave, who is currently Acting Corporate Director of Environment, Culture and Transport at Reading Borough Council, was selected from more than 30 applicants for the position. Mr Dave has been at Reading since 2010. He has extensive experience of managing the delivery of frontline council services, including highways, transport, planning, environmental, housing, arts and heritage. Prior to joining Reading, Mr Dave has enjoyed success in a number of other high-profile roles with organisations including Stroud District Council and AMI Facilities Management. Mr Dave said, "I'm really looking forward to joining Rochford District Council as Chief Executive and working with staff and the councillors to continue to deliver the best possible services for residents, businesses and visitors right across the district. I know the Rochford district and the county well, as my wife grew up in Essex and she still has family living here. It's a pleasure to return to Essex where we can bring up our family." Mr Dave is now expected to join the council in mid-October, before the current Chief Executive, Paul Warren, retires at the end of December 2013.
The annual voter registration canvass. The Register of Electors is published every year following a canvass of all households in the district. This year the canvass will start in October. Look out for the form coming through your letterbox in October and return it early to avoid receiving a reminder. You must by law respond to the canvass form and provide the information asked for. You are not automatically registered even if another department within the council holds your details for any other purpose. Remember, you can only vote in elections and referendums if your name is on the Register of Electors. Your credit rating can be affected if you aren't registered where you live. Some facts about the voter registration canvass for Rochford District Council. Every year at the start of the canvass we hand deliver over 34,000 registration forms. Last year we had to deliver over 15,000 reminder forms. That's a total of nearly 50,000 forms. In 2012, canvassers knocked on the doors of nearly 7,000 properties that hadn't returned a form. Please help us to save your money by returning your form promptly. If all the details on your form are correct, you can use the free phone service or the internet to respond. If you prefer to return your form by post or you have some changes to make, please make sure you sign and date the form and return to us in the prepaid envelope. For further information, phone the Electoral Registration Helpline on 01702 318 187 or email elections@rochford.gov.uk.
It's time for you to have your say. Local government is currently facing some of the most financially challenging times in recent history, which means that we have to make difficult decisions on the services and level of service we provide. As we consider next year's budget, we'd like the views of you as a resident or business in the district about what services you would be willing to see reduced or be charged for. For 2014-15, in order to be able to maintain the authority's expenditure within the income being received from government and council tax, about £500,000 worth of savings need to be identified. There is a survey. The survey contains 4 sections. The first section details leisure and cultural services, planning and development, and environmental services. Leisure and cultural services covers the windmill, leisure premises, woodlands, and parks and open spaces. Planning and development covers economic development, voluntary grants, and community safety. Environmental services covers environmental health, public conveniences, street cleansing, recycling collection and communications. In this section you are given the cost of the service and asked what level of reduction you would make, and your choices are don't reduce, reduce marginally, reduce significantly, or don't know. There's also room to give your comments. Section 2 asks whether there are any services that you currently receive where you'd be willing to pay a fee in order to avoid further reductions in service. Section 3 asks whether you would be prepared to pay more council tax if this would avoid further reduction in services. And Section 4 asks about you, your sex, ethnicity, age, etc., but you don't have to answer this if you prefer not to. If you would find it difficult to use a printed copy of this survey, then please do call Rochford Council on 01702 546 366 and they will be happy to find a way to help you to have your say.
All in a day's recycling. Lorraine Allison from Stanbridge hates to waste anything and reuses, recycles and composts everything she can. That is why she has been nominated as a local recycling champion. With 3 home composter bins, Lorraine can compost her food scraps and garden waste to make her own compost. Any additional garden and food waste goes into her curbside compostables bin, which is green with a yellow lid and is collected weekly. All food waste can be placed into this bin, including meat, fish and bones, as these should not be placed into your own home compost bin. Anything that isn't reused is recycled, and Lorraine makes sure she washes all her bottles, cans and food containers before placing them loose into her recyclables bin. Electrical items should not be placed into any of the 3 curbside bins. Broken small electrical items can be recycled at the dedicated recycling bank in Back Lane Car Park, Rochford, at any of the LMB textile banks throughout the district, and at the Essex Textiles Bank at Pools Lane, Holbridge. Small and large electrical items and furniture which can be reused can be collected for free by the charity Hopeworks. They resell items in their shop and help people who are on low income. Hopeworks can be contacted on 01268 743232 for further information. The council work with Essex Textiles to provide a free textiles curbside collection service. Just call them on 0800 787 9071 for more information and a supply of blue bags. Fill the bags with textiles and place them out for collection on the morning of your recyclables collection day. Please do not place the bags in the bin. Lorraine's home is full of good quality furniture which other people didn't want. Even her 2 dogs are recycled. Are you a recycling champion, or do you know anyone that is? If so, please get in touch, as we'd love to hear your story.
That's the district covered. A brand new facility is now available in Holbridge for residents to take their old and unwanted small electrical items for recycling. From broken or unwanted computer keyboards through to old television remote controls, toasters, kettles and hairdryers, you can now recycle lots of small waste electrical and electronic equipment, or WEEE, at the Essex Textiles Recycling Bank located in Pools Lane Car Park. There are currently already a number of banks at locations across the district, making Holbridge the final area to ensure that every part of the district has access to this service. The Essex Textiles Bank can now also accept small electrical items as well as textiles and shoes. Residents are asked to ensure that WEEE and textile items are placed in separate bags. There is a WEEE bank in Back Lane Car Park, Rochford, and there are LMB textile banks located at a number of locations across the district, and our Holbridge residents have the same opportunity to recycle WEEE. The most important thing is that small electrical items should not be disposed of in any of your 3 curbside bins. Please note that WEEE banks do not accept computer screens or televisions.
Rochford District Council thanked the hundreds of Love Rochford District volunteers by holding a picnic-style presentation at Cherry Orchard Jubilee Country Park. In partnership with McDonald's, The big lunch was held to celebrate the success of the Love Rochford District campaign, which focuses on informing residents about environmental issues such as litter and dog fouling. The first litter pick took place in May 2012 and involved McDonald's, CETA UK, Friends of Cherry Orchard and Rochford District Council, after which subsequent litter picks were held every month and developed into the Love Rochford District campaign. Since April 2013, volunteers have given more than 500 hours of their time and collected over 200 bags of litter. Many more litter picks are planned. The event was attended by the chairman of Rochford District Council, Councillor Barbara Wilkins, who thanked the volunteers and presented them all with certificates. Councillor Wilkins said, "It's amazing to see all these young people who've given up their own time to help keep the beautiful district of Rochford clean and tidy. Our big lunch is a celebration of all their hard work and is a fantastic way to recognise their achievements. I'm very proud of them all." Lunch was provided by McDonald's, Sainsbury's, Asda and the Co-op, who provided a mouth-watering spread of healthy snacks, drinks and sandwiches.
A new campaign launches to help reduce chewing gum litter. Rochford District Council will launch a new campaign in October with the aim of reducing chewing gum litter in the local area. Encouraging residents to bin it your way, the Council has partnered with the Chewing Gum Action Group, an organisation chaired by DEFRA and funded by the chewing gum industry to tackle gum litter in the UK. The campaign, now in its 8th year, sees industry working with councils to develop local initiatives to reduce chewing gum litter. Rochford District Council is among 16 local authorities taking part in the 2013 activity and is the only one in Essex. The campaign aims to educate residents about how it is unacceptable to drop gum onto our pavements, which can result in a fine of £75 for residents. Clearing chewing gum is a very costly process for the council and can be avoided if residents use the litter bins provided to dispose of their gum correctly. The street scene team will be out and about in the district throughout October, so please come and show your support for the campaign and spread the word.
Out and about. Clubs, societies and events. Rochford District Health Walks are held in Holbridge on Mondays at 10:45 a.m. Meet in the car park on the corner of Ferry Road and Paul's Lane. Or meet at Hockley Woods on Thursdays at 10:45 a.m. in the car park, which is pay and display. Walks are free, no need to book, just come along and join in. Hockley Scrabble Club meets at Hockley Day Centre, situated in the public car park off Southend Road, Hockley. This well-established group meets every Tuesday evening between 6:30 and 10 p.m. for competitive games, and on the second and fourth Saturdays in the month from 2 to 5 p.m. for social play. All abilities are catered for and the first 2 visits are free. So for more information, contact Shirley on 01702 205 910 for more details, or just turn up. Rochford District October Holidays Activities Programme. Following a successful summer holiday programme, Rochford District Council, Virgin Active and Rochford Extended Services are working in partnership on the October holiday programme. Information will be available from www.rochford.gov.uk/holiday activities from early October.
Family theatre shows at the Mill Arts and Events Centre in Rayleigh. Sunday the 13th of October at 2 p.m, Beauty and the Beast. Sunday the 17th of November at 11 a.m. and again at 2 p.m, Arthur's Dreamboat. Sunday the 12th of January 2014 at 2 p.m, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Sunday the 9th of February, 2 p.m, The Three Billy Pigs. And Sunday the 9th of March at 2 p.m, Sally and the Sunflower. All tickets are priced at only £3.50 per person. And to book, please phone Rochford District Council Customer Services on 01702 318 191.
Rayleigh Town Council will be turning on the Christmas lights in Rayleigh on Thursday the 28th of November at 6:30 p.m. The High Street will be closed to traffic from 1:45 p.m. and will reopen at 8 p.m. Access to the Bellingham Lane car parks is available up to 4 p.m, but please use public transport or walk on this very busy night. We will have all the usual attractions, including singing from our 10 Rayleigh school choirs, the Mushroom Theatre Company, and many stalls, so as you can buy your presents in time for the big day. For further details, contact Rayleigh Town Council's website www.essexinfo.net or email clark@rayleightown.council.gov.uk. Council and committee meetings. All meetings will take place at the Civic Suite, 2 Hockley Road, Rayleigh, SS6 8EB, and will commence at 7:30. The Review Committee, Tuesday the 8th of October. The Executive, Wednesday the 9th of October. Council, Tuesday the 22nd. Development Committee, Thursday the 24th. The Executive, Wednesday the 6th of November. The Review Committee, Tuesday the 12th of November. Development Committee, Thursday the 21st of November. For any further information, contact Member Services on 01702 318140.
Maureen's Gift. Community funding up for grabs in Rochford. Community groups in the Rochford District are being invited to apply for a share of £5,000 thanks to Rochford Housing Association. Named in memory of local community champion Maureen Vince, the Maureen's Gift funding scheme offers support to local groups in need of a little financial backing to help deliver activities in the area. Maureen's Gift is now open for applications from charities, resident groups and voluntary organisations. Successful applicants are chosen by a dedicated panel of representatives, which includes Rochford Housing staff, board members and local residents. Karen Johnson, Rochford Housing's Managing Director, said, "We know that relatively small amounts of funding can make a real difference to people's lives, which is why Maureen's Gift is so important. The funding could go towards anything from a healthy eating project for older people to training equipment for young people. What's important is that the project helps people and neighbourhoods to flourish." Grants will be offered to community organisations which operate within the Rochford District and can supply a copy of their latest annual accounts. Applications from individuals will be considered and help is available with completing the application form. To apply, contact the Rochford Housing Office quoting Maureen's Gift on either 0800 131 3348 from a landline or 0300 123 3511 from a mobile. Alternatively, you can email contactus@sanctuary-housing.co.uk and the application process is open until the 31st of December this year.
Annual Report 2012-13. Rochford District Council produces an annual report which gives an overview of the Council's performance, spending and financial position. The Council produces a detailed income and expenditure account which can be found in the Statement of Accounts and is set out in a prescribed manner. The net expenditure figures for 2012-2013 are as follows. Making a difference to our community, which includes collection of local taxes, council tax and housing benefits, emergency planning and health and safety, leisure and sport development, housing services and homelessness community safety, elections, local land charges, cemeteries and churchyards, licensing, public conveniences and democratic services, the spend was £5.75 million. Making a difference to our environment, the Mill Tower Windmill, Woodlands Park and Open Spaces, planning and building control, environmental health, street cleansing and recycling was £5.73 million. Making a difference to our local community, economic development and car parks shows a small credit figure as we received more in income from car parks than we spent out. If you take all that into account and then deduct the statutory accounting adjustments and so on, it gives you 10.27 net cost of local services to be met by local and national taxes. Last year, meaning the 2011-12 year, we spent the following. Making a difference to our community, 7 million. Making a difference to our environment, £5.94 million. Making a difference to our local community was again a small credit figure. The net cost of services was £12.73 million. And where did it come from? The £10.2 million that we spent on providing local services after contributions from reserves and incomes raised from various fees and charges came from local and national taxes and redistributed business rates. Our total income for the year was £10.7 million, which was split £0.65 million government grants, £3.19 million from national business rates returned to the council, and £6.43 million from council tax from residents. The council is using balances built up over previous years to cover some of the reductions in government funding. The council recognises that these balances won't last and has plans to continue to reduce expenditure.
Council tax. The council was responsible for collecting £48.3 million of council tax last year, but we only kept £6.43 million, equivalent to 13p in every pound collected. The majority of what's collected is paid to others as Essex County Council £34.4 million, Rochford District Council £6.3 million, Essex Police Authority £4.3 million, Essex Fire Authority £2.1 million and Parish Town Councils £1.2 million. The average council tax for a Band D property for 2012-13 was £1,528.22p. Discretionary rate relief. Charities and some sports clubs are entitled to 80% mandatory relief on their business rates. In order to provide additional support, the council can award discretionary relief for the remaining 20%. For 2012-13, discretionary relief was awarded to 35 organisations throughout the district at a cost to the council of £18,535. Capital expenditure. We also spend money on improving land and buildings in order to continue delivering excellent cost-effective services for all our customers. Capital expenditure is the money spent on the purchase and improvement of buildings, vehicles, equipment and computer software. It is called capital expenditure as it results in assets which the council and the community can use for more than 1 year. Capital expenditure does not directly affect the council tax. What we spent: vehicles and equipment £127,000, Hall Road Cemetery extension £10,000, leisure and play facilities £177,000, private sector renewal grants £32,000, disabled facilities grants £222,000, IT infrastructure £45,000, council properties £204,000, Thames Gateway Energy Schemes £9,000 and the Big Society funding £11,000, which made a total of £837,000. Some of the projects not completed in 2012-13 will be rolled over into 13-14. The £837,000 which was spent on our land and property assets was paid for by capital receipts from the sale of property, grants and from revenue. How we paid for capital expenditure in 2012-13. Grants and contributions £224,000, capital receipts £613,000, which made the total of £837,000. Delivering value for money. During 2012-13, the council has been successful in generating income through the provision of services to partners and other councils, and approximately £77,000 has been earned from these initiatives. The council also planned to make savings during the year of £900,000, which were delivered. This has been achieved by more efficient service and better organisation. Rochford District Council's dedicated staff continue to work hard to ensure it offers its residents value for money. The council is determined to deliver high levels of performance. Rochford has shown that, despite having one of the lowest government grant funding levels, it continues to save money and reduce spending. We will continue to keep close scrutiny over council money. Financial performance. Rochford District Council is among the best in Essex and the country when it comes to collecting council tax. The Revenues and Benefits team collected 98.7% of the £48.3 million council tax due last year, the same as in 2011-12. We also collected 96.9 of business rates due last year, which was an increase on 2011-12. Collecting income in the current economic climate is challenging, but staff have offered as much support and advice as possible to help local residents and businesses to pay their bills.
Smoke alarms save lives. Essex County Fire and Rescue Service, or ECFRS, launched a 2013 safety campaign calendar with a monthly focus. Throughout October, the fire service will be encouraging residents to ensure their family are properly protected by fitting and testing smoke alarms in their homes. Community Safety Liaison Officer for the service, Lee Markwick, is promoting the importance of having a working smoke alarm in the home that is properly fitted and regularly tested. Lee said smoke alarms provide a vital early warning at the first sign of fire, giving you and your family time to safely get out, stay out and get the fire service out. Senior Divisional Officer Julian Ashley added, "We recommend at least one smoke alarm on every level of your home. And once those alarms have been fitted, it is important to regularly test them to make sure that they are fully functioning." It is of great concern that Essex Fire Service still attends fires at homes which do not have a working smoke alarm, leaving the occupants at greater risk of death or injury from a fire. Smoke alarms cost just a few pounds and take minutes to fit, so there is no excuse for not making sure that your family are properly protected. Help keep yourself and your loved ones safe in the home by following these simple steps. A working smoke alarm can buy you valuable time to get out, stay out and call 999. Make sure you fit one on every level of your home and test them regularly. Make testing your smoke alarm part of your household routine. Check the alarm by pressing the button regularly. Change your battery once a year or invest in a 10-year alarm. And clean the alarm casing twice a year to ensure dust isn't blocking the sensor. Whatever happens, never remove the battery in your smoke alarm. Make sure that everyone in your home knows what to do in a fire and practice your escape route. To arrange a free home fire safety visit from Essex County Fire and Rescue Service, you can call them on 0845 601 2495 or email webmaster@essex-fire.gov.uk.
Help combat loneliness. Become a befriender. In our modern and fast-paced society, some individuals find themselves left behind. Through no fault of their own, they gradually become more and more isolated. No one to visit, no one to call. Days can turn into weeks without any contact with the outside world. The befriending scheme, led by Castle Point Association of Voluntary Services, is an initiative operating within the Castle Point and Rochford Rayleigh areas to combat isolation and loneliness. The service helps change the lives of many residents by pairing them with a trained volunteer befriender to provide companionship and support. A cup of tea, a walk to the shops or a trip out just once a week can make a huge difference to somebody's life. This popular scheme relies on volunteers, so if you can spare just 1 hour a week and would like to make a real difference to someone's life, please contact, in the Rayleigh Rochford area, Anne-Marie Fordham on 01268 638 416 or 0797 991 4743. You can email anne.marieFordham@castlepointavs.org.uk. And in the Castle Point area, Beverley Parish on 01268 638 416 or 0779 451 5609. You can email beverley.parish, that's parish with 2 R's, at castlepointavs.org.uk.
How safe is your home? Essex County Council Trading Standards, in partnership with Rochford District Council's Community Safety Team, funded and delivered one-day free home safety checks for residents in the district. Following the success of the Trading Standards pilot Safe Homes Save Lives project in Tendring and Castle Point in 2011, the initiative was expanded and is currently being delivered in a number of local authority areas across Essex. Residents eligible for the scheme were visited by Trading Standards officers where portable appliance testing, known as PAT, was carried out for free on their small appliances. Any appliance or equipment which failed the PAT test were repaired or replaced free of charge. This was to ensure residents were not left without essential appliances. Residents were also provided with advice on dealing with cold calling and using the Buy with Confidence scheme to find reputable traders. Lindsay Yarnell, the ECC Trading Standards officer, said, "I am pleased to have had the opportunity to deliver the checks in Rochford District. One of the main aims of the initiative is to ensure the safety of older adults living independently. In doing this, we are reducing the risk of domestic accidents and fires. The visits give us the opportunity to give advice around doorstep crime and consider wider safeguarding issues. The checks are particularly important and give peace of mind for older and vulnerable residents."
Rochford District Matters is designed and published by Rochford District Council. Its editor is Leona Murray Green. The telephone number for the council is 01702 546 366 and the magazine is printed by Morton Print Limited, 01507 523 456. This recording has been produced by volunteers from the Rayleigh, Rochford and Castle Point Talking Newspaper for the Blind.